Juanosworld. My baby mama trippin', she been going through my phone. Tired of me cheating, I can't leave these hoes alone. Hella pics, hella tips on my cash app. It's like, hold up,
y'all. How y'all living? Shout out to all my subscribers, especially on this channel. This is gonna be a special video just for this channel. I was fighting with YouTube. They gave me my monetization back. They did slow me down in the algorithm and things of that nature, but if you really mess with Juan-o's-world, you'll know that we don't let the rocks that hit us in the face stop us from traveling down the road we trying to get to. That's just what that is. You know, it's gonna be a whole lot of punches in the faces, long as we ain't taking kicks in the ass. And that's pretty much how I like to do it. I'd rather get punched in the face up front than get kicked in the bottom trying to go up the steps. You know, that's a real disappointing thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a real disappointing thing. More or less, let me share something with you that I've learned from my recent success. See, I've had success in other areas, but it wasn't what I wanted to do. It wasn't what I set out to do. It was, you know, I didn't set out to be a drug dealer. That was what was paying money at that time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't set out to do a lot of things. It was what I did to take care of the people that's around me. And I've been having some flack about that. Somebody really fixed their lips to tell me that I think I'm the shit because I take care of everybody in my life. And I almost went to defend myself in that statement, but then there's no defense for that. I do take care of everybody in my life. I do take care of everybody I stuck my dick in. I do. I do take care of all my kids. I do take care of my mother. And I don't just mean I'm coming to cut the grass either. Trying to demoralize me for being what I'm supposed to do or standing on business when it comes to me having a lack of dick control. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to go out here and slang my wood. Well, not as easy as it should be, you know what I'm saying? I'm not 6'2". So I should get a lot more playground action, especially with the game and the dimples, but you know, they reserve that type of shit for tall niggas. So, but back to the story. I shouldn't be made to feel away because I do what I'm supposed to do. And the problem with this is it wouldn't bother me if it wasn't people that depend on me so much trying to kick my Legos. And what I've come to realize is a lot of people that subscribe to my channel, they going through this type of stuff. It's a lot of men, that's their life. It's a lot of men pulling up home, sitting in the car for 30 minutes before they go in the house they pay for, mind you. That ain't life. That ain't life, man. Some of these people, it ain't you they hate, it's they self they hate. And you just catching this hate because you have more love for somebody than they have for themselves. And they have no choice to hate you, but to hate you. Why are you helping me? Why do you believe in me? They have no choice but to be distrusting to you. Now, my problem is this. I done sold drugs. I done killed motherfuckers. I could talk about this because I could talk about this. I've done a lot of things. I ain't did no stealing. You know what I'm saying? No lick hitting. That ain't me. You know what I'm saying? But overall, I've been kind of foul. I've been a foul person with morals. You understand? And I'm not justifying that, but what I want to share with you about me being foul is this. Me being foul, when that was able to protect the motherfucker, oh, they loved it. Me being foul put money in your pocket. Ooh, they loved it. When me being foul allowed you to walk around with your nose up and nobody can say nothing to you, they loves it. They love it. But when I need you to refill my pitcher because I poured all my drink in your glass and turned your water on, you can't do it because, oh, you did something foul or you a cheater. Cheater? I was cheating on my bitch with you when I put you together. Foul? You know the foul shit I did to pay your car note when you couldn't pay it, when I told you not to buy that expensive shit? Do you know the foul shit I did to fix your car when you bought this high maintenance ass car and decided you wasn't gonna properly take care of it? So the person I am, when it's of a free benefit to you, you love it. You love it. But when the responsibility comes, when the accountability of friendship comes, now you hate it. But as long as it's a one-way street, it's cool. And what I had to realize about myself is I've been a six-figure dude for a long time. $100,000 ain't never meant nothing to me. It's not enough money. It's not enough money, not because I have expensive habits, but because I take care of everybody around me. Therefore, it's no money. With that being said, I'm getting close. I'm already worth $1 million, but I don't exactly have $1 million cash, but I'm getting close to having that. And I want to secure that million. And I'm looking at some of the things that's going on around me as a six-figure dude, and I understand why the powers that be didn't allow me to be a millionaire yet. Because I allow all these motherfuckers around me to ruin it for me and possibly ruin me. God got the biggest sense of humor, boy. As I'm standing here about to cross a threshold I wanted to cross for a large portion of my life, what I'm noticing is I've been carrying a lot of people along a journey that I had to walk along myself. Even though all of these people are around, I'm carrying them. They're not walking with me. Some of them is walking against me. Some of them is trying to make me fail. Some of them is just along for the ride. Some of them whatever. But I'm not some of them. And I'm not some tiny. And this is my dream. This is my passion. This is what I invested in. Now, I can't go around getting mad at everybody that's not going to return a favor or not going to help me like I helped them or don't give a fuck about me like I cared about them. That ain't on them. That's on me. That's on me. I recognize when you recognize you believing in somebody more than they believing in themselves, and you believing in them is not enough for them to identify that they should be believing in themselves, understand that they don't believe in themselves enough to believe in you or respect what you got going on and or building. And they looking at the table trying to see what crumbs they can take off the table and keep for themselves. They not looking at trying to have a whole meal on the table. They not looking at the empire you building. They don't see that this table is inside a building. They don't see you building the building because they so focused on what's on this dinner table that you brought them to share a meal with them. And that's okay. Now, in my mind, I come from such a degree of poverty, I can't look past shit. But a lot of these people, they had opportunity their whole life that they've been wasting. So how do they know to value this opportunity with you? They've been wasting them all their life and still able to be okay. So how do they know? They ain't never had to deal with consequences. They can get right on the phone, call somebody, and leave out the fact that they didn't listen, they didn't reciprocate, they didn't appreciate, and they didn't respect. They're gonna leave all that out the conversation and get a nigga like my dumb ass to help them, thinking that the world is so cold. But the world ain't that cold. The world ain't that cold. You are. You know what I'm saying? You ain't listen to your parents. You ain't listen to yourself. You ain't listen to your teachers. You ain't listen to the man you laid down and had kids with or the woman you made kids with. You didn't listen to nobody. You didn't keep your word nowhere. And that's why you having the problems that you having. And that's something like people like me gotta notice. Like, the world is cold, but it's fair. And some of these people work real hard for the fucked up situations that they in. They did. And I'm gonna tell you something about somebody that's continuously in a fucked up situation. Eventually, they stop looking past the fact that they're in a fucked up situation and start looking at who helping them and blaming them for their fucked up situations. I mean, the human brain has the natural ability to correct itself, right? But let's look deeper than that. Why would the human brain need the natural ability to correct itself? I tell you why. Because we allow ourselves, because the human brain is powerful to create a false reality. And that starts with lying to yourself and allowing yourself to lie to yourself about how you got somewhere why you got somewhere. You know, that's just like me getting shot, right? It's easy for me to be like, yo, that motherfucker shot me, he a hater, and bloobity bloobity blue. It's easy for me to say that, right? But the reality of it is, I put myself in that situation. I didn't have to help with that house. I didn't have to buy that house. I didn't have to lead a hood. I didn't have to do any of that. As a matter of fact, it wasn't even what I wanted to do. It's what I did for somebody else because they said that's what they wanted. Come to find out, they didn't want that shit. They didn't want that shit. They wanted my help, which they could have got without putting me there. But they didn't want that. They didn't want my protection either. Because protection comes with preventative. And if you're not willing to listen up front, then you obviously don't want the protection, because if you're not willing to be protected until somebody's already kicking in the door, then shit, you're not protected. And that's pretty much what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it is. Gotta watch people. Really, we gotta watch ourselves and our attraction or relationships to people. You know, some of the things that we're attracted to or some of the things that we look at are just like car wrecks, you know. When I was a teenager, buying an old beat up Chevy was the thing to do and try and bring it back to life. All of us bought more than one. Only a few of us made it to bringing them cars back to life. And what you put into them was so much, so grand, so much. Most niggas ain't never part with them. My man Vincent had a Caprice back in like 01. I think he got that Caprice. It's 2024. He done painted this car about 5 times. This nigga is an executive chef making 6 figures. He wouldn't sell that car for $1 million. He won't stop driving the car either. And that's kind of like what some of our relationships are. Now, he was one of the rare people that was able to restore the car. But most of us is holding on to that shit, and we ain't even been able to put one paint job on that motherfucker. It's still a hole in the floor. Some of this shit we gotta let go. So is some of these people. And I'm gonna tell you something. They talking bad about you while you doing everything right. They talking bad about you while you doing everything they ask. So it ain't gonna be so much of a difference when you stop doing what they ask, because they already been talking bad about you and blaming shit on you anyway. Facts. We out.